Welcome students to our new YouTube channel Pharmatech, the division of excellence. In last lecture we have seen the macromeritics and powder rheology. In that we have seen the particle size determination and also particle size distribution and various phenomenon like angle of repose, Horsner's ratio and then we have seen the next chapter. The name of the next chapter is the surface and interfacial phenomenon. In that, first, surface tension. The surface tension is defined as force per unit length acting at surface at right angle. The unit is Newton per meter or Dyne per centimeter. The surface tension indicates the strength of cohesive force. It is force between like molecules. The examples of surface tension are the formation of spherical globules in emulsion. Second, the shape of falling water drop. Third, the shape of mercury drop on flat surface. Fourth, the rise in capillary tube. Then, interfacial phenomenon. The interfacial phenomenon is defined as the force per unit length acting at interface at right angle. The unit is Newton per meter. The interfacial tension indicates the strength of adhesive force. It is the force between unlike molecules. In general, the surface tension is greater than interfacial tension because cohesive forces between two liquids at interface is greater than adhesive force between the liquid and the gas. Then next, the factors affecting surface tension and interfacial tension. The first factor is temperature. If the temperature increases, the kinetic energy increases and weakening of cohesive forces, hence surface tension decreases. The second factor is electrolytes and third factor is surface active agents. Then next we see determination of surface tension and interfacial tension. The first method is capillary rise method. In that only surface tension can be determined. The second method is Dionoy tensiometer. In that both surface tension and interfacial tension can be determined. The third is bubble pressure method and the fourth is drop weight or drop count method. In that both surface tension and interfacial tension can be determined. The first method is capillary rise method based on Young's Laplace equation where gamma is surface tension, rho is density of liquid, h is height occupied by liquid, r is inside radius of capillary tube. The second method is drop weight method. The instrument used for drop weight method is stalagmometer. Third, surface free energy. It is the work required to increase the area of liquid by 1 centimeter square. Fourth, the spreading coefficient. Spreading coefficient is equal to work of adhesion minus work of cohesion. The work of adhesion, it is the work required to breaking the attraction between unlike molecules. The next, work of cohesion. It is the work required to separate the molecule of spreading liquid. The spreading occurs when S is positive, that means surface tension is positive, that is surface tension of sublayer liquid is greater than sum of surface tension of spreading liquid and interfacial tension between sublayer liquid and spreading liquid. Initially, spreading coefficient may be positive or negative, but finally it is also negative, always negative. Adsorption. Adsorption is the process in which matter is extracted from one phase and concentrated at the surface of a second phase. That means interphase accumulation. This is a surface phenomenon as opposed to absorption where matter changes solution phase. First, adsorbate. Material being adsorbed. Second, adsorbent, material doing the absorbing. Examples are activated carbon or ion exchange resin are the example of adsorbent. Then third is surface excess can be defined as I C initial minus C after adsorption into volume divided by surface area, where volume is the volume of the solution where which the adsorption is occurring onto the surface with total surface area is equal to surface area. Surface excess is defined as the mass adsorbed per surface area. A more fundamental definition is given by the Gibbs relationship where mu is the molar free energy of the solute, that means Ci is the bulk concentration of the solute. The Gibbs expression simply uses T as a proportionality constant to relate the change in solute molar free energy to surface tension during adsorption. The underlying principle here is that for the adsorption process, changes in the sum of all solute free energy must be accounted for in changes in the surface tension during the adsorption process. Therefore, results increases in T surface concentration result in decreases in T dy by dc is greater than 0. Types of adsorption. In types of adsorption, first type is exchange adsorption, that means ion exchange. Electrostatic due to charge site on the surface. Adsorption goes up as ionic charge goes up and as hydrated radius goes down. Physical adsorption. Van der Waals attraction between adsorbate and adsorbent. The attraction is not fixed to a specific site and the adsorbate is relatively free to move on the surface. This is relatively weak. Reversible adsorption capable of multilayer adsorption is called physical adsorption. Then the third type of adsorption is chemical adsorption. In that, the some degree of chemical bonding between adsorbate and adsorbent characterized by strong attractiveness. Adsorbed molecules are not free to move on the surface. There is a high degree of specificity and typically a monolayer is formed. The process is seldom reversible. Generally, some combination of physical and chemical adsorption is responsible for activated carbon adsorption in water and wastewater. The next, adsorption equilibria. If the adsorbent and adsorbate are contacted long enough, an equilibrium will be established between the amount of adsorbate adsorbed and the amount of adsorbate in the solution. The equilibrium relationship is described by isotherms. Qc is the mass of material adsorbed at equilibrium per mass of adsorbent. Cc is the equilibrium concentration in solution when amount of adsorbs equal Qc. Qe upon Ce is a relationship depend on the type of adsorption that occurs multilayer, chemical, physical adsorption, etc. Isotherm models are linear or Langmuir. The first is Langmuir isotherm. This model assumes monolayer coverage and constant binding energy between the surface and adsorbate. The model is Qa0 represent the maximum adsorption capacity monolayer coverage gram per solute upon gram per adsorbent. Ce has unit of milligram per liter. K has unit liter per mg. For the Langmuir model, linearization gives a plot of Ce upon Qe versus Ce should give a straight line with intercept. The second is BET, that means Brogniart, Emmett and Taylor isotherm. This is a more general multi-layer model. It assumes that a Langmuir isotherm applies to each layer and that no transmigration occurs between layers. It also assumes that there is equal energy of adsorption for each layer except for the first layer. The CS saturation, that means solubility limit, concentration of the solute, it is milligram per liter. The Kb is a parameter related to the binding intensity for all layers. Then the third, which is Freundlich isotherm, for the special case of heterogeneous surface energies, that means particularly good for mixed waste in which the energy term Ki varies as a function of surface coverage. We use the Freundlich model. N and Kf are system specific constant. For the Freundlich isotherm, use the log version. Log QE is equal to log Kf plus 1 upon N log C. A log plot should yield an intercept of log Kf and a slope of 1 by N. The factors which affect adsorption extent and therefore affect isotherm are: the first factor is adsorbate. In general, as solubility of solute increases, the extent of adsorption decreases. This is known as Lundelius rule. Solid surface binding compete with solute solvent attraction. The factors which affect solubility include molecular size, high molecular weight, low solubility, ionization. Solubility is minimum when compounds are uncharged. Polarity, as polarity increases, get higher solubility because water is a polar solvent. Then the second factor is pH. The pH often affects the surface charge on the adsorbent as well as the charge on the solute. Generally, for organic material, as the pH goes down, the adsorption goes upward. Up. The third factor is temperature. The adsorption reaction are typically exothermic. That means HRXN is generally negative. Here heat is given off by the reaction, therefore as T increases, extent of adsorption decreases. The fourth factor is presence of other solutes. In general, get competition for a limited number of sites, therefore get reduced extent of adsorption or a specific material. Then next, the wetting. It in intimate contact between solid and liquid or liquid and liquid. The application of wetting is: first, it is initial step in preparation of emulsion and suspension. Second, in granulation process it is used. Third, in film coating requires wetting and spreading of liquid over tablet surface. Surfactant used for wetting of powder has HLB 7 to 9. Function via: first, lowering interfacial tension; the second, lowering of contact angle between solid and liquid; third, dispersing air and permit intimate contact. The next, contact angle. It is the angle between liquid droplet and surface over which it spreads. Second, it is indicator of evaluating the efficiency of a wetting agent. It normally lies between 0 to 180 degree. Fourth, 0 degree means complete, that means significant wetting. So cos theta is equal to 1. The 180 degree means insignificant wetting. The efficiency of wetting agent is measured by: first, contact angle method, and second is Drews test. Drews test, it is time for wet skin of cotton yarn to skin in wetting solution contained in 500 ml graduate. Critical surface tension obtained at cos n is equal to 1. Critical temperature at which surface tension is always 0. The next, detergency. Detergency, it is a complex process used to remove dirt from the substrates such as glass, fabric, skin, etc. and maintain hygiene. In detergency, the HLB value lies between 13 to 16. Third, the cationic type. citramide, that means cetyl trimethyl ammonium chloride. The anionic type in detergents is soaps, sodium lauryl sulfate. Surfactants, that means surface active agent. Amphiphilic molecules that are partitioned at interface and decrease interfacial tension of solution. In that, first, the polar head group orient towards polar region of solution. The second, non-polar group orient towards non-polar region. And the polar group or hydrophilic part of surfactant provides much greater barrier than non-polar, that means hydrophobic portion. Then the next is just HLV scale. The HLV scale, that means arbitrary scale devised by Griffin, that means HLV scale was discovered by Griffin. The HLV scale indicates the extent of hydrophilic lipophilic balance. The range 1 oleic acid to 40 sodium lauryl sulfate. Third, the higher the HLB, more will be the hydrophilicity of the compound. As per the HLB scale, the lipophilic portion is 0 to 8 and the hydrophilic portion is 8 to 16. In that, the 1 up to 3 it is anti-foaming agent and 3 to 8 is W/O emulsifier, 7 to 9 is wetting and spreading agents, 8 is foaming agent, 8 to 16 are O/W emulsifier, 13 to 16 are detergents and 16 to 18 are solubilizing agents. Method for HLB value determination is alligation method. The alligation method is used to determine the HLB value. The common brand names of surfactants. First, the polysorbate means twin and polysorbate ester means pan. The most IMP question. The second is bridge is polyoxyethylene lauryl ether. Bridge is polyoxyethylene lauryl ether. Third, merge is polyoxyethylene monosterate. Fourth, twin are polyoxyethylene derivatives of sorbitan esters. The twin 80 is polyoxyethylene monoolate and twin 60 is polyoxyethylene monopalmitate. Twin 20 is polyoxyethylene monolaurate and twin 40 is polyoxyethylene monomyristate. Then, thus our first part of surface tension and interfacial phenomenon was completed here. Then we have to continue the next part 2 of surface tension and interfacial phenomenon is to be continued. Then please watch and subscribe and like this video. If you like, then please comment on the comment section below. Thank you. Welcome students to our new YouTube channel Pharmatech, the division of excellence. In last lecture we have seen the micromeritics and powder rheology. In that we have